Hello and welcome, travel agents. We are so excited to have Matt joining us from Europe Express today. How are you doing, Matt?
Hey Amanda, I'm doing great. How's everything out there for you?
It is actually wonderful, and it is Happy Friday, everyone. So, we want to wish you a happy Friday and thanks for joining us. And if you're joining us at a later date, not to worry, you're going to get all the information you need from this webinar about Europe Express. And just before we get started, if you have any questions, please put those in chat. And if we have time for Q&A at the end, we will answer those live. If we don't, we will direct you in the right direction on how to get those answered, as well as this is recorded and you can check it anytime in the training sub of your Travel Cafe website. So without further ado, Matt, let's get started.
Thanks, Amanda. Well, hi everybody. Yeah, drop a hello in the comments or in the chat where you're broadcasting from. If we've worked together before, say hi. I've worked with a lot of Archer members out there in the network. There's so many of you who are doing so many great things, and I'm happy to be sharing with you. Whether today is your first introduction to Europe Express or you're here to learn some great hacks for maximizing your way to partner with us, today's webinar is for you. I'm Matt Masis, the BDM for the South Central region. It's great to be here with you guys today, and we have a really supportive BDM team and network all throughout the country that supports you as an Archer member. The main thing that we want to tell you is that over the course of the last, 18 to 24 months, Europe Express has evolved, changed, and really elevated itself into the best version that we've ever been in our 35-year history. We are here to help you sell pretty much all of Europe. All of the countries you see here on the screen can be sold with some sort of product, some sort of experience as part of your client's European itinerary. Now, do remember that you don't just have to sell singular destinations. So if you have clients that want to do London, Paris, and Rome, Europe Express can help you with that. Or if they just want to stay centralized into one destination, or they're focus traveling, maybe for something like the Jubilee this year, Europe Express can help you with that. No matter where your clients are traveling, we sell custom itineraries built exclusively with you or for you, for your clients in all of these product categories: air, hotels and accommodations, sightseeing and experiences, car services, rail, and even travel insurance. The great thing about Europe Express in 2025 and beyond is that, yes, I think the best way to partner with Europe Express is to sell your clients a complete itinerary with all of these things as part of what they're experiencing. But now we are really encouraging you to partner with us on a la carte experiences. If you just need a transfer from the cruise port to uh, to the cruise ship, we can do that. Or for the hotel to the airport, we can do those things for you these days as part of Europe Express. Now, if you've seen a Europe Express presentation in the past, you might recognize these talking points. They used to be in columns, but we've sort of reimagined some of the branding. And now they're these little blocks, but they still remain the pillars of Europe Express. What holds us up? The most important element of Europe Express truly is the fact that we are a service providing elements of travel services to you to help you book your clients. We do not ever book with clients directly, so do know that we respect your relationship between you and your client, and there is no direct consumer sales of Europe Express. The next element that holds us up really as a pillar of our business is that all of our Europe specialists or itinerary designers have prerequisite working knowledge of the destinations we sell. So they may be native to a certain city. They may have studied abroad. They may have been a travel advisor selling Europe successfully themselves. I think this really helps when you come upon a client who wants to travel to a destination you've never been to or you don't necessarily have the destination knowledge with. You can call on Europe Express and feel you're connected and empowered to sell something that maybe is not so familiar to you because your Europe specialist who is dedicated to you throughout the entire sales and consultation process is there to support you 100% of the way. Now, Europe Express does sell primarily FIT itineraries. That's couples, that's a group of friends, that could be a few couples traveling together. But we do have a groups department that helps you for any type of group of 15 or more people. So whether you have a group of 15, 150, or 1,500 or more, Europe Express can help you design an itinerary specifically for that type of group style travel. One of the other things that I think is hallmark of Europe Express is the fact that we truly have our finger on the pulse of what's happening over in the different destinations clients want to visit. The things that they want to do, the things that they want to experience, Europe Express is constantly adding to our portfolio. And we have about nine destination managers who help us curate new and exciting product all year long, continually updating what we can offer you to your clients. And finally, I think the most productive element of Europe Express for you in terms of valuation of why you would choose to partner with Europe Express for Europe itineraries is our 24/7 in-destination support. This comes in the form of a hotline. Your clients have access to this in their documents. They can call no matter what time of day, no matter what time of night, no matter what their issue might be. It could be something very simplistic. They can't locate their driver. Yes, he's the guy that's waving to them across the street. They just want to verify Europe Express can help with that. Or it could be something major. There's a rail conductor strike in London and the clients are supposed to go on the Eurostar. How can they not be interrupted on their trip? The Europe Express in destination support can help your clients navigate those situations. So that way, when it's 3 o'clock in the morning here in the US and the clients are in the middle of their day, you don't feel like you have to be on call 24/7. Europe Express supports you in that way. Now, I mentioned FIT is a major part of our business and groups is an element of what we sell too. But I do want to talk about something that has just become available to all travel advisors industry wide, and that is a new line of product with Europe Express for luxury sellers. It's called Elevated Journeys by Europe Express. Elevated Journeys is a true 4.5, 5-star plus type of travel experience with dedicated Europe specialists, a dedicated in-destination support and concierge line, all of the things that help you really sell to your clients the ultimate white glove luxury experience. So do know that if you've ever used Europe Express before for your budget conscious or cost friendly options, Europe Express is still selling all the things that allow you to mix and match different product categories and service styles. But we've really separated out, if you have luxury clients, the ability to book them with Europe Express and ultimately know that they are in an elevated sense of curation when they're selecting experiences and an elevated sense of customer service when they're traveling. So do know that that is a little bit of that has its own dedicated services, elevated journeys at europeexpress.com. That's available to you as well. Now, we do want to say to you, well, okay, so we understand that there are luxury service providers who only sell in the luxury space. Why would I move my luxury space from that provider into Europe Express? And I think the main reason is our new rewards program. Now, instead of diversifying your bookings across multiple suppliers, bring all into Europe Express through our Europe Express Passport to Perks program. It is a cash back and travel credit program. So every booking that you make gives you a percentage of cash back or travel credit that you can choose. It's yours to choose if you want the cash back or the travel credit to really incentivize accruing more and more business with Europe Express. And of course, there's still time to participate in our introductory year promo. Any booking that you make here in 2025 gives you a bonus, a $100 travel credit automatically applied to your account. So do know that whether you're booking the traditional Europe Express product or you're using Elevated Journeys or even working with our groups department, we have tons of great reviews from other travel advisors, entrepreneurs in our business who are utilizing Europe Express to make their business work smarter, not harder. The last thing I do want to talk about in terms of overview of Europe Express, though, is our um, is our parent company, Travelopia. So we are part of the family of brands within Travelopia, which gives us some of the strongest financial backing in the industry. Travelopia does represent a myriad of brands. Some that you see here on the screen are some of the more present here in the North American market: Quark Expeditions, The Moorings, TCS, Europe Express make up some of the most present North American brands, but Travelopia operates hundreds of brands all throughout the world, servicing customers all throughout the international destinations, and really gives us some far-reaching elements to what we can be exposed to in terms of our industry and how we can service you. So at the end of the day, why are we choosing custom for clients and who are our custom clients? Because we know that some clients may be more suited for prepackaged or for escorted tours. Custom may not be for everyone, but how do you discover your custom clients within your portfolio? So that's the first main topic of today's presentation in terms of helping you feel empowered to market and sell Europe. The the model that we've seen a lot of results from is called share. Sincere, heartfelt, appealing, relevant, and engaging. If you can create content or even share some content that you're going to see a little later in the presentation that we've developed through our marketing team, you're really talking to the customers and potential clients in the sense of what they're ultimately looking for can be attainable to them. They may have looked on discount providers. They may have seen other opportunities that other people have done on their social media. How can they make it come through to themselves? Well, you've made it feel within reach. So the aspirational client now becomes a true traveler. The other thing that we really do want to stress is that consistency is key. You know, there is not a right or wrong way to post. People will talk about the algorithm. There are specialists in our industry and in the world in general, no matter what industry or trade they work in, who say, okay, you can crack the code if you do this. This is the secret sauce. And there are really some amazing tactics out there, but we do want you to know that sticking with it is key. As an entrepreneur in the travel industry, there are successes in many ways, shapes, and forms across every destination, across every travel style. And do know that the more you post in terms of using your own voice to communicate to clients, the better chances you have of capturing those opportunities. The other thing that we also really encourage is using hashtags and using the handles that really incorporate the suppliers into your conversation. Even though Europe Express is not a brand that is consumer facing, we do want you to feel that by sending your clients to Europe Express's social media, because we don't sell directly to clients, it really is going to help inspire them to feel that, yes, a Europe trip is attainable to them. And ultimately, they can see some of the successes of other clients whose travel advisors have booked them through Europe Express. As you see here, is we've got some suggested travel advisor groups, and we actually, if you follow me or some of my colleagues like Chad Long, Harman Gasnikov, our director of host partnerships, we might have seen our copy and paste posts that really allow you to just take some consolidated and buzzword heavy itineraries for Europe, share those to your post. These things allow you to, again, take the work out of your workflow and offload it into us and maximize your return. We also do encourage that not just itinerary sharing, but things like packing tips or things that might interest specialty clients. Those also can really help you achieve your ultimate goal of capturing new clients. And of course, there are softwares and online apps and phone apps and tablet apps that are available to you. These are some that we feel are the strongest, the most with the lowest threshold of entry to make you feel that you can feel empowered to not hire and freelance work out to others that say, hey, I can manage your social media or I can create graphics for you. It all is attainable to you as a travel advisor. But when it comes to how Europe Express can help, please, when you log into europeexpress.com, do check out the Travel Advisor Media Portal and see all of the things that we've developed. We've really rebranded a lot of our prepackaged idea itinerary to really help you feel like you are speaking in a contemporary language. So do know that Europe Express is here to support you for all of your needs for resources that are available to you as a working and outbound travel advisor, outwardly trying to connect with advisors, I'm sorry, with clients in the trade. So do know here's a little example of where you can find it on europeexpress.com. You click resources, you can click the asset that you're interested in. Why use a travel advisor? We've got some destination focused assets. These are all opportunities for you to really maximize your return on the work that we've already invested in for you. Another asset on europeexpress.com in our resources is our suggested itinerary PDFs. These are things that can be shared to inspire clients. Whether you're looking for marketing tips or you've got a client on the line, but maybe they're not sure. They've said they might want to do Greece, they might want to do multiple islands, maybe they just want to do Athens. This takes a lot of the guesswork out of trying to custom build 4, 5, 6 different itineraries for your clients. These make it much quicker to give your clients the options of what they may or may not want to travel so you can quote them more efficiently. And honestly, the other asset on our website that I think is really helpful are these non-destination focused, allowing yourself to not only read these articles written by different industry professionals that we procure, but also just giving ideas to how clients can really change their attitude when it comes to certain kinds of travel. And as we said before, the share methodology, sharing from the heart, using personal experiences, or even doing Facebook Lives with your BDMs to talk certain things. Maybe other clients who are willing to get on a social media post with you to give a quotable. All of these things work because ultimately we know that clients are all seeking something different no matter where or when they're traveling. So you might have foodie clients, culinary clients. So you might want to focus for a while on some cooking classes or gelato tastings, going to the Douro Valley on those cliffside vineyards. These highlighting these types of experiences in dedicated social media posts really can maybe give your client that aha moment that they didn't know. Hey, as a wine connoisseur, I didn't know I needed to visit the Douro Valley, but now I'm definitely visiting the Douro Valley and I'm going to book it through my travel advisor who posted about it. Another pretty common way to speak to a pretty broad audience is your art, culture, history, and those special interests in the humanities, whether it's classical like Monet, Picasso, music like Mozart, Beethoven, Tchaikovsky, or it's the modern day marvels of pop culture, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, cinematic film lovers for classics like The Godfather and The Sound of Music. Those all can be attainable and speak to a certain type of person who wants to live out that bucket list experience of following in the footsteps of their favorite actors and musicians. And then it's about giving ideas, inspiring family travel, multi-gen travel, and showing that certain destinations can be accessible for kids, for grandparents, for aunts and uncles, for a school group. These types of experiences, like the Gladiator School in Rome, or even special events, really can maximize your ability to capture a certain client, whether it's FIT, luxury, or groups. And then finally, it's honeymooners, right? Romance, anniversaries. Europe Express has really expanded our portfolio of opportunities to you to focus sell for those romantic private beach dinners, rooftop experiences, these things that really speak to clients who want to celebrate their anniversaries, their weddings. Those things are very prevalent in our Europe Express portfolio. Okay, so now we're talking about marketing and ways in which you can leverage special interests, but what about clients that you already have procured within your portfolio? For instance, you've booked a client on a Mediterranean Sea cruise or a Rhine River cruise. Pre and post experiences can really transform your client's idea of what custom travel and the relevancy of the travel advisor can be. You have the ability to custom build their pre-cruise hotel, their post-cruise transfer. How many of you knew that the cruise port of Rome is not actually in Rome? Yeah, it's a common misnomer, especially if you're just starting out here in the industry. It can be 90 minutes. It can be actually long, honestly, longer than that. I've done it. Drop a comment in the chat if you've gone from the cruise port up into city center Rome. it can be sometimes when there's, especially when there's several cruise ships in the port, it can be a nightmare getting out of there. So why not hire your clients a private driver to take them, halfway, stop for lunch or do a limoncello class or something in the middle of their journey to really break up that experience. And all of this comes, how will you know your existing clients want certain things or certain elements in addition to the services they've already bought from you? It really is about qualifying them to the best of your knowledge. Europe Express even has a qualifying questionnaire that allows you to ask the questions and have that in your documentation as you're consulting with them that allows you to really feel like you are following a nicely crafted blueprint to make sure you're maximizing the value of the client. And when it comes to valuation, Europe Express really wants you to maximize your clients' stay in the destinations they're traveling to. We want your clients to feel that they're staying in the places they want to stay. They're experiencing the sites that they want to see. They're going into the nooks and crannies of these cities and towns and villages that, a prepackaged or a big bus tour operator just doesn't have the ability to get into those small little intrinsic experiences. Europe Express can really keep your clients feeling like every dollar that they spent went towards something that they actually wanted to do in their destination of their choice. And we really make that happen by partnering you with someone who is your person, right? At Europe Express, through the sales and consultation process, you have one person that you work with. And if you're working with Europe Express right now, again, I like to be a little interactive. Drop the name of the specialist that you work with. Show them some love. I'll share their names with our management and we have a little recognition board internally, which the Europe specialists love to see their names come up from their travel advisor partners. These are people that you will have their direct extension and their direct email to. So you don't have to start over every single time you start a new quote. You can use that person and go to them directly. So that way you're not repeating yourself. You are not feeling the strain of, okay, time is money and we want to maximize your efficiency when partnering with Europe Express. The great thing too is that say you get paired with someone who isn't your person, right? Maybe you're working on the West Coast and the person you get paired with is based in New York, and that time difference just really kills your ability to work us into your workflow. Just let your BDM know and we can get you reassigned, no problem. We are here to empower you and make us work for you as an extension of your business. Now, the other thing that's kind of interesting and to your advantage of working with Europe Express is yes, everything we sell to you, that your package is commissionable, and we also allow you to add an advisor markup to your Europe Express itinerary. So whether you're upfront with your client and you say, hey, I have a $250, a $50, a $1,000 planning fee. Hey, your business is your business and everyone works differently. That's the beauty of our industry. You can add that into your Europe Express itinerary. So that way you don't have to capture your client's credit card information across multiple swipes. You can add your Europe Express planning fee into your planning fee into your Europe Express itinerary. The other thing too is that say you have clients who maybe you feel that they are adverse to paying your planning fee. You can add your Europe Express planning fee into the itinerary without it showing as an itemized line item with the valuation on your client's invoice. So do know that there are some ways in which we can really work for you to maximize the return on investment with your client. Because at the end of the day, your client's itinerary does show as one package price. If there's 3 services, 30 services, or however many more there could possibly be, your clients are buying a package, not the individual line items. And Europe Express does try and sell through our contract rates to help maximize the value of what your clients are buying. But do know that your commission, your markup, and the overall valuation of the package is bundled as one final price that your clients will see without having to go and price check every single line item on their itinerary. And the way in which I think I just touched on it here, this is a good natural segue, is looking through our hotel portfolio or working with your Europe Express specialists to sell preferred partner hotels. These things really do allow us to maximize the way we can support you, both from a financial standpoint and from a support stance. If your clients get to the hotel and for some reason they all of a sudden discover they want to upgrade to the top floor with a sea view when they're on the Amalfi Coast, we can help arrange that when using one of our preferred partners. Europe Express has the ability to book thousands and thousands of properties and experiences industry wide, but we do have a partnership with select properties and select proprietors that really make it advantageous for you to use our preferred vendors. These are just some of the opportunities that we have. As you see here on the screen, some of these properties, especially the Adair Manor in Limerick, we sell not only hotels, but we sell bed and breakfasts, castles, villa style accommodations, those glass igloos in Northern Europe. So if you have clients who want to have that really unique destination, culturally immersive experiences, Europe Express has a lot of opportunities to put your clients there. So do know that at the end of the day, we are here to help you empower yourself to sell as much Europe as you can, but ultimately it is your client, right? So we don't want to step on your toes. We're never going to do a consultation with your client. We do try and be sort of the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain, helping you get to the close of the sale as an asset within your tool belt, within your tool belt to make the sale to your clients. But we do try and make sure that you are seen always in the best light. That's why you see our little tagline, helping you impress. We're here to make you look like the rock star that you are. So do know that there is no credit that Europe Express tries to take in the equation. It's all you doing it for your client. And at the end of the day, we do know that putting some of your personal touches on your itinerary are important, like adding your logo, or maybe you want to, sort of add some descriptors to the hotels. Europe Express does allow you to go into your booking, click the Documents tab, and you can actually download a Microsoft Word or PDF version of your invoice. And that way you can upload it to Canva or you can put it into Microsoft Word and add your logo and add, a special note or special descriptions. So that way you can really feel like the invoice that your client receives is coming from you. We are working on integrating some tools within the Europe Express assets that allow you to do this a little bit more simpler in the actual software on our website. It's not here yet, but we are working towards making sure that you feel that you can actually have your branding as part of all of the communication that comes from your clients. Okay, so all across the country, we have a team of BDMs who are here to support you. The main thing that I want to share with you is that we are here knowing that, and we are aware that as an Archer member, the way you're operating your business is different than someone who is down the street, 1,000 miles away. That is one of the beauties of being an Archer member is that you've got a great support system of tools that you can use and craft your own business as you see fit. And we'd love to see as your BDM how we can help enhance all of that and be present for you. We do have a smaller BDM team, compared to some of the bigger, big behemoth suppliers in our industry who have, dozens and dozens of BDMs. There are only 6 of us, plus Carmen, who's our host partnerships director. Maybe you've worked with Carmen at some of your conferences, or you've seen her on some of these other webinars. But we are truly here. We love to support you and get hands-on with you. So do reach out to your BDM. You can go online to see on europeexpress.com to see who your BDM is. Maybe some of y'all work with me if I'm your BDM. I'm Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, and Louisiana. So do know that if you're in my territory, I'm glad to support you. The other thing we do want to mention too is that make sure that in your Europe Express profile, you are registered with your local working address. Even if your local working address is your home, that way your local BDM can invite you to lunch and learns or special activities that we're hosting. to really get to know you and get to do some experiences. We have some vendor partners in Europe who have services and products here in the US, like Secret Food Tours. We like to do that a lot. Secret Food Tours is one of our preferred vendors. They do like off the beaten path, walking tours and history tours. And so we want to help you get invited to those things. So do know that by registering your profile with your local address, that's going to help you get invited to some of those events. And finally, as we wrap up today's presentation, I do want to highlight the fact that even though your BDMs are here to support you and help you with all of your marketing and all of your sales strategies, we aren't the ones, I just want to be clear, we're not the ones who design your itineraries for you. And there are 4 different ways that you can get connected with one of our Europe specialists. Now, custom, and in that way, custom is not just for your clients, it's for how we can work with you. We know some of you are side hustling this, some of you are full time, some of you are working around kids and family and other obligations in life. So we want to make sure that we work within your workflow. So there are 4 ways to request a quote. The first is you can email that new quote at europeexpress.com and submit your proposed itinerary or the ideas that your clients have to get connected with the Europe specialist. The next way is to go on europeexpress.com and fill out the web request form. That is a form. It's actually kind of a neat little sort of paint by numbers form that allows you to sort of quality control yourself. Hey, do I have enough information that I can send into Europe Express? That form on europeexpress.com is really going to help you feel, yes, I have gathered enough information from the clients, or no, maybe I need to talk to them a little bit more about their budget or where they want to stay, or is it more important to do more off the beaten path, or do they want to do the tried and true experiences? The web request form is great for that situation. The I'm going to skip over number 3 and I'm going to go to number 4, which is calling in. Yes, we have a phone line that's open to you. You can call in and consult. And in some cases, we'll even quote you right over the phone while we're talking to you right then and there. And within 10, 15, or 20 minutes, you've got that first draft of a quote at in your inbox and attributed to your profile, lickety split. Speaking of having it being a first draft quote, do know that no matter how you quote with Europe Express, you can revise the itinerary based on your client's needs as many times as you need, right? So maybe your clients thought they wanted rustic, old world Italian of an accommodation, and then they kind of see what that really looks like, and they realize that okay, maybe they want to do something a little bit more bougie. We can elevate them into a different style and revise as many times as we need to get it right for your clients. So just know that that's true no matter how you quote with us. And then going back to the third tile on the screen is build it yourself. Yes, Europe Express does have a web designer builder on our website, but it is limited in what you can see and put into an itinerary based on its current version. We are debuting a new version of this web builder in the coming year, I believe, is when it's going to be launched. It's a proprietary version of what you can do that Europe Express has designed. But the key here is that so say you're for right now, say you're looking for clients, they are theater lovers, they're going to go to London, and you put in their dates for June 21st to the 27th of 2026, and you only see 5 hotels pop up in London. Do know that Europe Express has access to much more than that. It is just a limitation with our software as we develop the new version of it. So there are some limitations within our web builder. So I do recommend, if you're feeling stuck when you use the web builder, or you feel that there's just not enough product there to really create a full experience for your clients, do call or email in and let us know. And we'll get you assigned to one of our trip designers, our Europe specialists. And of course, if you're already working with us and you love the person you're using, you can just call or email that person to get yourself squared away. Now, here on the screen is a QR code. This is a little cheat sheet of quick links and resources that if you do scan it, you can save that link on your phone or save it to your desktop if you're on your computer right now. This is just a great way to either get registered if you're new to Europe Express, have quick access to some of those resources we talked about earlier for social media, PDF flyers, some more training elements, or even to connect with your BDM and a lot more on top of all of those three elements. But the QR code is there for you to use. Of course, in the follow-up email to this, we usually do send this same content out as well. So if you're sort of struggling, I know sometimes you're not using your phone during a webinar or something. Don't worry if you can't scan it right now, but we will share all this information with you post webinar as well. All right, that's it. So we do have time for some questions or comments. I don't know, Amanda, if you're still on the line with me.
Yes, of course. Yeah. So we have some questions.
Sure.
And the first question is, do you honor pre and post nights um, to line up with cruise ports?
Yeah, so really the great thing is that we know that a lot of the cruise lines offer pre and post cruise packages, really nicely put together, curated experiences. But we also know that there are clients who may not want to stay in a certain hotel property, whether they're brand loyalists, whether they are wanting to stay in a particular part of town. Europe Express really offers you the ability to maximize your client's stay pre and post cruise in the places they want to stay on the dates that they'll be in the cruise ports.
Perfect. Next question is, do we get any travel agent rates or discounts with Europe Express?
Oh, really good question. I'm glad someone brought this up. Yes, so Europe Express offers a couple of things that are tied into helping you experience these destinations throughout Europe. The first is, yes, a travel advisor discount. Europe Express offers 15 to 20% off of land services. So not air, no discounts on flights, but your hotels, your sightseeing, your car services. We do offer 15 to 20% off for your personal booking for you and your traveling parties. If you're traveling with family or friends and you're all on the same itinerary, that discount reflects across the entire booking. Um, and that's the discount will vary depending on the time of year and the destination in some ways, but do know that that's the threshold, 15 to 20%. We also do FAMs. We have FAMs usually in the winter, October, November, December, and then early spring, usually like March and April, before the high season really kicks in. And we also try to center them around things like Asta River Cruise Expo, when a lot of travel advisors are already traveling into the city that is hosting the expo for Asta, or just traveling to Europe in general before or after they do the Asta River Cruise Expo. So both discounted rates and FAMs are available to you if you're interested in a FAM. It is tied in a little bit these days to the rewards program, the Passport to Perks, which we talked about earlier. But if you're interested in a FAM, the most important thing to do is call your BDM, email your BDM, and let them know you're interested in FAMing with Europe Express.
Perfect. What is the commission structure for travel agents? Is it the same rate for booking everything, or are they different rates for booking different packages?
Another great question. So commission is based on individual service categories. So it's gonna vary between air is 5%, then you've got 14%, it's between 12 and 14% across hotels and accommodations, sightseeing, tours, car rentals, transfer services. And that again, there's a variance level there. And then there we do sell rail, but we sell it at cost. So rail is non-commissionable, but we do sell it so that way your clients' rail tickets and QR codes are all part of their document package that they receive as part of their trip itinerary with Europe Express.
Perfect. Next question. Do you have any deals or discounts that we could promote right now?
Yeah, so when it comes to discounts, the best way to keep up with our discounts is we do send them out to everyone that's registered. I don't believe there's a promo that's running right now, but I will verify that. I don't have the information in front of me. I just want to speak honestly. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. But I will send a follow-up if there is a live promo that you guys have eligibility with. I'll send it out so you guys can take advantage of it here in the next booking window.
Perfect. That would be wonderful. And then I can post it to the Travel Cafe website for the agents.
Sure, sure.
Perfect. Next question is, I know you talked a little bit about this in your webinar, but what is currently the most popular destination for clients wanting to travel in Europe?
Great. Yeah. Well, Italy seems to always be far and above number one, you know. And, you know, Italy is interesting because there are clients who want to do Rome, Sorrento, Naples, you know, that centralized itinerary. But we're seeing more and more clients go to southern Italy and Sicily and experience that part of the country. Now but we've also got clients who want to do Parma, Bologna, Milan. So Italy, no matter the region your clients are visiting, there's a lot of variances. And I think that's also great for kind of selling clients over and over again, right? They did the centralized part of Italy with Rome and Naples, Sorrento, the Amalfi Coast, and maybe they loved it so much. But next time, maybe they could do northern Italy, and maybe they cross over into some of the neighboring countries at that point. So there's a lot of ways to really maximize clients who might have said, "Well, I've done Italy already." There's a lot more to Italy than just Rome and the surrounding cities.
Per-
Some of the other, yeah, and I'll just say one more thing quickly, Amanda, is that the other thing too is that we've got so many emerging destinations. Croatia is becoming big. Norway and Iceland are becoming huge. You know, Amsterdam. I mean, there are so many destinations, the Greece islands. So do know that there's a lot of variety in which clients might want to experience, whether they've been to Europe before or they're the first timers. A lot of ways in which there are really trendy opportunities all throughout Europe.
Wonderful. Thank you. Next question. The agent noted that you might have talked about this in the webinar, but they missed it, so they wanted to ask it.
Sure.
They said, do you offer brochures or can I order any brochures for in-person events?
Yeah, so right now Europe Express doesn't have physical assets to order. I know that some suppliers do have a part of their portal where you can order packets or brochures or pamphlets. We don't offer that right now, but if you're hosting an event or you're having a booth at a bridal expo or something, and you do want some support materials, you reach out to your BDM. There are some things that we can contribute or customize some flyers for you, maybe even help you out with getting some physical assets, but that's going to come from an individual BDM basis. So reach out to your BDM when you have those opportunities.
Perfect. Wonderful. Um, Let me see. I'm not seeing any more questions at the moment, but we did have some really good questions. So thank you, travel agents, for that. If you think of any more questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us at Archer Travel and don't hesitate to reach out to your Europe Express team and check their TA portal as well because there is a lot of information for you on there. As well as if you want to review this training, which I suggest you do, please go to the trainings hub of your Travel Cafe website and you can review this training with Matt and get all the information again. And perfect. Matt, do you want to talk about what you're showing right now?
Yeah, so this is just that QR code once again. If you are still needing to register or get that quick scan for some of the quick links, it's here on the screen before we close out. I thought it might be a little bit more productive here in this last second if you missed it the first time to have it here as we close out.
Perfect. I love that. Thank you so much. Well, thank you again, travel agents, and thank you so much, Matt. This was absolutely wonderful. And I hope you guys have a wonderful and happy Friday. Matt, anything you want to add before we close out this session?
No, Amanda, it's been great to be here with you guys. We love working with you as an Archer Travel member. You guys are some of the most unique, forward-thinking, creative types in our industry, and let's keep that relationship going with your BDM and at all of our events this year and into 2026.
Perfect. Wonderful. Well, thanks so much, Matt. Happy Friday, everyone, and see you next time.
See you
Bye.
guys.